Okay, here we go. Last little video. This is gonna be on setup, just because um, it's not enough that we know what our cues are. We want to practice it. Okay, I have practice consistency and systems up here. Honestly, they're all basically saying the same thing, so I'll just summarize it in short. Keep this video nice and sweet. We want to make our setup A, efficient, B, correct, C, the same thing every single time. And the reason we want to do this is so that when we go from 80% to 90% to testing, our brain doesn't shit the bed on what it needs to do, right? We want it to be able to execute exactly what we need to. We just want to be in our zone doing exactly what we've been training to do. Imagine you spend 12 weeks 12 friggin' weeks getting ready for a meet, and by the time you get to the meet, you still don't know how to walk the bar out. That'd be ridiculous, right? So we know when we go to those heavier weights, we're going to be more anxious. We know when we go to, say, those test sets of where, bodybuilding, we want to do an open-ended AMRAP set. Or when we go to a meet, those sets. Or, maybe we're at the gym with our buddies and we're all just pushing each other and we're going for heavy singles. We know that's an anxious moment. What we want to do is reduce the amount of shit our brain has to worry about and the amount of shit it can fuck up. And the best way to do that is to actively prepare it for those situations. So, not only is heavy lifting a skill in the sense of you have to practice with heavier weights to get stronger, but you also have to practice good technique to make sure your technique doesn't fall apart. There's a movement and skill acquisition aspect of it. And the best way to do that is to think of it as starting well before you even touch the bar. When I go to squat, I look at the bar, I set my left hand, I set my right hand, I put my left foot under, I crank the bar a little bit, okay, just make sure it's even, and I squeeze the pinkies, I move my right foot under, I pull myself up and under, pinkies out, okay, and then I'll walk it out 1, 2, slightly wider, root the feet, brace, now I start. Okay, I didn't have to even think about that because at this point I do the same damn thing every single time. Okay, it's the same thing here. You're not setting yourself up for success if everything is out of order every single time you go to do it. It's almost like your brain is doing something new rather than something that it knows already how to do. So keep the chain of events the same every single time so that when we do encounter an error, we can go to our system. Okay? What's your checklist? Where did it feel like it went wrong within the set? And what parts of the body felt like they were out of place? And then look at your system and think, okay, I think it was this. I think it was this part. I think my grip was too narrow. Let me go back and think about what I did. Okay? That makes it easier than just guessing like, oh, well, this felt off because it's just off. Sometimes it's off because we're just not being smart and intelligent about what we need to do. So keep that in mind. Systematize it. But also, what the system allows you to do is make those adjustments to your technique to better suit yourself in the long run. I always teach from the perspective of here's the way I like to teach it. Here's the baseline. And from there, I'm going to look at you and think, okay, this person, long arms. Okay, let's actually take the grip out a little, or short legs. We don't need to be so wide with our squat. Let's bring it in some. Okay, things like that. You want to give yourself a platform that allows for easy adjustments and easy corrections. But the only way to get the easy adjustments and easy corrections is if it's the same thing every single time, so that it's an easy, aha, okay, this. Okay, no, it was step 2 that went slightly wrong. Or, no, I think step 3, I need to change what I'm doing here. This needs to go here. That needs to go there, right? Set yourself up for success. Yes, is it tedious? Absolutely. But when you want to do really well at it, some things are going to be tedious, right? Everyone wants to be Kobe without the Kobe Bryant work ethic, okay? This ties into it. You need to do the same things over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's called skill acquisition, movement acquisition, whatever you want to call it. Okay? It's that simple.